Hi everybody, my name is Mary Sue. I'm a spiritual intuitive. I'm here today to talk to you all about animal communication. I'm not talking about animal behavior or animal body language. I'm talking getting messages from animals, from their thoughts and their feelings. So it's all about telepathic intuitive communication. And I'm super excited about talking to you guys about this today because animal communication is one of my passions. I love doing it. And I think it's a great thing that a lot of people can benefit from. But today I'm here to teach you all about animal communication. I'm going to teach you what it is, how I started, why I'm passionate about it, how you can benefit from communicating with animals, and how your animals can communicate with you, and also just the general importance of kind of just like the whole bigger pictures of animals in our lives. So I'm sure you guys are like, what is this girl talking about? So what I am talking about is telepathic communication. And I know that sounds like a little mumbo jumbo, up in the air kind of weird stuff. However, all living creatures can communicate telepathically. Humans also can telepathically communicate. So we are used to talking on the phone now and emailing and just our verbal communication. So it's something that's not on the forefront of us to really be aware of. However, we do communicate telepathically. So just like, you're thinking about one of your friends and then 2 minutes later the telephone rings and it's a friend that you were just thinking about. Because that energy was sent to them and they receive that like, oh, my friend is thinking about me. Let me call and see how they're doing. Same thing with animals. Pets do the same thing. So, they think, they feel, they have emotions, they have messages that they want to get across to us. So they can, think and send those energies out to us, and then we can receive that energy. I started my animal communication work about 5 years ago, and my history with animals have gone far back as to, when I was a child growing up with animals. Of course, I'm an animal lover, as I'm sure many of you are as well. So, the animals, they were my best friends. I had a lot of dogs and cats and a lot of horses around too. So there was always some sort of animal to hang out with. And I didn't have a whole bunch of friends, and family situation was a little challenging from time to time. So my animals really became my family and my support group. When I was in high school, I had this dog, and her name was Tutu, and she was super special to me. She was really like my first pet. I had beagles when I was in kindergarten, but it's like the parents took care of them, and they weren't like my pet. But this dog, she was mine. I took care of her, and she was really my best friend. And when I was in high school, I had really bad depression, and there was one day I got home and I was like, I can't do it anymore. I don't want to be here. I don't want to, face any more challenges. I just want to be done. So it was a really difficult, dark time in my life. And that day when I got home, I was crying walking home from the bus stop, and I got home and my dog Tutu was sitting at the front door waiting for me. And it was just such a special moment because this is before I knew about animal communication, but in hindsight, she felt those emotions that I was feeling, and she knew I needed her. So, I opened the door, and she's just sitting there, and, I started bawling my eyes out, and I hugged her. And just at that moment, I realized that animals are so much more than just a pet. So that's kind of when this whole thing kind of started with, just animals coming into your life for a deeper reason than just to be your pet. So then fast forward probably 10 years, and I have a dog now. Her name is Lorelei. She's still with me. She's 7 years old now. And my grandfather had passed away, and she had seen his spirit in the kitchen. And, her ears were perked up and her tail was wagging like she was seeing someone, but nobody was there. So I went to my friend who was an animal communicator, and I was like, you need to tell me if this was my grandfather or not, because I was a little freaked out that someone was in the house, and I just wanted to make sure it was someone that was my family member, that wasn't out to, do anything bad or do any harm. So she had communicated with Lorelei and, describe my grandfather and that it was him that came by. So it was a really nice peace of mind for me knowing that, my dog can see the afterlife, that there is more to life than just this worldly existence. So after that, I was like, I'm going to talk to my dog because I want to know what she sees. I want to talk to her about, just any messages that she might have or insight that she has about life. So that's how I started with my animal communication work. So it was a little bit of a long story. I apologize, but it was an important story to tell. Are here as well as spiritual teachers for us. So just like my dog Tutu was there in that really difficult time when I was about ready to give up on life, and she was there to support me. And then, not so ironically, she had passed away right before I went to college. So, she knew her job with me was done, and she passed away. She wasn't ill, she wasn't that old. She just woke me up one day, and then, a couple minutes later, she had passed. So, again, her job was done, and she moved on. So these animals are, again, just so much more than our companion pets. They really are here to help us in this journey of life, to be supportive for us, to be, the shoulder to cry on, and also to get us out of our shells. Some of my friends that I had made when I first moved, when I was going to high school, I met them because of my dog. And this one friend I had, I literally passed her a note on the bus saying, "Do you want to walk dogs after school?" So they open up a whole bunch of opportunities for us. And on a deeper soul level, the animals are here to help us with life lessons and to learn, journeys of the soul. The animals really want to be our teachers, and they want to show us how to love unconditionally and, how we are leaders in our life and how important we are and how special and unique we are too. So that's part of the reason why animal communication is so important, just there's so much to learn from the animals, so much more than, the basic 3D pet. What lessons are your animals trying to teach you and to help you to learn so you could grow and expand and learn these soul lessons that you're supposed to learn while you're here on Earth? And they could be here to support us, to make sure that we could get through each day so we can learn these lessons and how to persevere. And they could also help with, difficult times. Once your pet has passed away, that pet's still there in spirit. So you could still talk to your pet and have a relationship with them even though you can't physically see them anymore. And then you could also benefit from animal communication because you want to make sure that your pet is obviously loved and cared for. So, if you have questions about, if your pet's in pain or if they like their food or any of that more earthly 3D part of them, you can communicate with them, or you can have someone who is a professional communicate with them as well to see if they're happy, to see if they're feeling healthy, to see if there's anything they need to have a better life, or just to make sure that their needs are being met, and then obviously to share any messages with you. Similarly, your pets can benefit from animal communication as well because they want you to hear these messages. They want you to know what's going on behind the scenes. So, you might have a pet that does something really weird, maybe every time you're upset, this pet is, digging in your garden or just doing something that you're like, "Oh, what are you doing, pet?" And it could be your pet teaching you that, hey, you're in this really negative mind state right now and you're really sad and your pet wants you to laugh. So the digging in the garden might be a distraction to, what's going on in your life, and having that distraction to focus of, look how silly they're being. And once you learn to, get out of that mind state of, either being a victim or that sadness or depression or whatever is going on, then you might see that that behavior stops because they taught you the lesson that they needed to. And your pets can also benefit from this, again, if they're not feeling well. You can always go to the vet, and I always recommend that you do take your pets to the vet if you have any medical questions or concerns about them. But I just did an animal communication for somebody, and they didn't know what was going on with their pet, and they kind of wanted a guideline as to where to even start at the vet. So I communicated with this pet for them, and the pet said, "It's my kidneys," and showed me a picture of their kidneys. And I went to the owner and I told the owner that, and then sure enough, the cat was in kidney failure. And then, the vet did the blood test and confirmed that as well. So, if your pet is in need, it can kind of help fine tune where you should be looking if it's a health issue. Or a lot of pets, come to me and they're like, oh, my joints hurt. And then you can talk to your vet about, maybe some Cosequin or joint supplements to help them out to make sure that they're physically feeling as good as they can. So that is 5 points on what animal communication is and how it can benefit you and your pets. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I love talking about animal communication, and I could just kind of talk about it all day. There's so much to it and so much the pets want us to learn from them. So if you are interested in learning more about animal communication, definitely head over to my website, MarySueLambert.com. I also invite you to join me on Facebook and Instagram. We have a beautiful community of people who all love animals, are interested in living the best life they can, seeing the bigger picture and not only this worldly life that we're living right now, but everything that's beyond this as well. And when we pass, the beautiful things that we get to experience after that. So again, come visit me either on my website, MarySueLambert.com, or Facebook or Instagram, or all three if you guys want to. I would love that. And again, I would love to connect with you all to help you with any of your needs that you have with either animal communication, or if you're looking for some life guidance, I could do oracle card readings for you. Or if you're interested in connecting with past loved ones, I am just beginning mediumship now, so I haven't done too many mediumship readings for public, but I'd be more than happy to give it a go for you guys and see what we get and just have fun with that. And again, I would love to communicate with your pets and help you to live the best life that you can. So until next time, everybody have a great day. I'm sending you all lots of love and many blessings.